Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Today we're going to be doing a 2016 animated movie. Have you ever wondered where babies come from? This movie's going to try to explain to us how it comes. And apparently it's not what we learned in educational classes when we were in junior high. This movie is none other than Storks. Alright, Storks is the story about how before storks used to deliver babies. After a while they got sick of it and they decided that they could be delivering other things. So they start delivering items. They basically make up a brand called cornerstore.com, very similar to an Amazon-like company. And that's what they now do. Along the way, our main character by the name of Junior is one of the top deliverers, and he gets the chance to be a boss. The only thing he has to do is he has to fire a young lady by the name of Tulip, who was a baby that, because a stork went crazy, couldn't get delivered to her home. So instead of firing her, because he doesn't have the heart to do it, he sends her to an abandoned part of the Storks cornerstore.com building and tell her she's in charge of letters. While this is happening, there's a little kid named Nate who decides, because his parents are too busy all the time, that he wants a baby brother so that he has someone to play with. Eventually he finds a pamphlet that says, you know, ask for a baby for storks. So he writes a letter and they get it. Tulip gets it, accidentally creates a baby. Junior finds out, and basically they have to get the baby secretly from cornerstore.com to the Gardner family so they can have another kid. This is a wildly funny, snappy movie that didn't make a lot of money. This didn't reach to the levels, and it's kind of sad that movies like Secret Life of Pets and Sing made more money than this movie, and this movie is by far the better movie, and it's hilarious. One of the problems I think with the movie is the marketing really didn't sell people on the movie, and that's a real shame because this movie is hilarious. I remember seeing it when it came out opening weekend. Me and Jeff just saw it a couple weeks ago. This is hilarious. It's very smart comedy. It's very fast-paced comedy. We have a really talented voice acting cast. The main character, Junior, played by Andy Samberg. Tulip is played by Katie Grown. Hunter, the main villain, is played by Kelsey Grammer, who has a wonderful whole thing about him where every time he talks to Junior, or you know, his whole motivation is, you wanna be a boss, and they do this whole close-up inside his mouth. It's excellent every time he does it. We have standout performances by Key and Peele are in this. They play Alpha and Beta Wolf. They provide so much good comedy. This isn't a spoiler because it was in the trailer, and plus this movie is like almost 2 years old now. Where they run a pack of wolves, and every time they need something to happen, they'll go, you know, wolf pack, form suspension bridge. And then it will happen in one really good scene, and it's always good when the story acknowledges how improbable something is, because Tulip would be, or Junior is asking, how are they doing this? And then Tulip's like, I have no idea. And then Junior's just like, this is the most improbable thing ever. And there's a whole bunch of them. It's really good each time they do it. Probably the car one I like the most, but none of them are wrong. And we also have one of the big standouts in this movie. There's a character called Pigeon Toady, played by Stephen Kramer Glickman. And Pigeon Toady is just one of those guys who is a complete suck-up. He's just one of these characters who wants everyone to like him, but he's so transparent. there's a really good scene where when we're first introduced to him, he's talking to Junior. He's like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend. She's away," and then he's like trying to show her he's trying to show Junior his phone. "See, this is my girl. She's a real person. She's not made up." And it's just, he's so freaking fake. And there's a really hilarious scene with him in an elevator where he's talking about a game, and Tulip and Junior are just like, "Yeah, whatever, you know, oh, we started losing, yeah, it was terrible, I feel bad." And then Pigeon Toady would be like, "But then we came back." And it's like, yeah, we totally almost did it. I mean, we totally came back from behind. And then he's just like, they just keep going back and forth until Pigeon Toady's by himself, and he goes, "Wait, there was no game yesterday," but he's the one who brung it up. It's a really funny gag. So the plot is more or less they have to get the baby from cornerstore.com to the family, and then underneath it we have the family. There's a couple pretty nice things. There's some nice lessons in there, because you do go back and forth from time to time back to the family, to Nate and his mom and dad, who are just busy people and they have no time for him, which is why he wants a baby brother. But then they realize the fact that they can, you know, have their job, and they also have to pay attention to their kid and, you know, be with him. There are a bunch of scenes where he just, you know, they're talking about, "Oh, we have to work," and then the little kid is like, "Oh, that's okay, you'll miss me. Next time you see me, I'll be 21. And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Nothing." There's a couple of lines like that that are really, really good. If I was to say anything bad about it, is at first I remember I was gonna say there's always that thing, the contrived argument in about 95% of kids movies, where they'll do something at the beginning or the end of the second act where all the good guys will separate just to come together in the middle of the third act. At first I was going to give this movie credit because they got it done early, because they did it more or less at the end of the first act, but then they do it again at the end of the second act, and it was just like, you know, I was kind of hoping they'd find a way around, but unfortunately they didn't. I think they could have gone deeper with, there's this whole conversation, because the whole point of Junior's character is that he wants to be a boss, and Tulip keeps asking him, "Why do you want to be a boss? Why do you want to be a boss?" And he never has an answer for it. They kind of allude to a situation later on at the end of the movie, but it kind of just like came and went. So I wish that would have been a little bit more tighter. The thing with the family was fine. The Gardner family, that was pretty cool. The ending is a little bit emotional, I'm not gonna lie, because it gets a little bit emotional at the end, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, ah. This is a really funny movie though, and it's a shame more people didn't see it. Amazon right now has it, I think, for like $13.99, something like that. It's a really good movie. Pick it up if you can. If I was to give it a score, 8.1. Really funny movie, and really colorful, snappy, and the dialogue is really fun. Especially, I know people would have conversations like this. I know I know Jeff would have a conversation like this with me, especially in the Nate character, where he's just like, "Oh, I guess you're gonna miss me, bye." And they're like, "What?" Like, "Nothing." It's a really funny movie. Go out of your way to see it. That's all I have to say about Storks for now. If you've seen this movie, tell me if you liked it or not in the comments below. Like, subscribe. Talk to you guys later for my next review. Bye.